Shalom, giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Makakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone that taught me this truth that we're well. Shalom to the elect, the hopeful elect scattered to the four corners of the earth. Alright, my name is Kodash Paya, and I just came across this article I seen on another social media platform. And it states, the WHO, right? One of the speakers was speaking about the next P, even deadlier than the C, is coming, warns World Health Organization. So the next P, the next lockdown, right? The next major event is going to be more deadlier, more severe, more critical than the last one that people went through during the year 2020, and which we know those were stage events, trial runs. But now, as like when things happen slowly, but now it's intensifying. Now things are going to happen more quicker, the beginning of sorrows, as the scriptures say, right? So real quick, I wanna read real quick one little paragraph. That was a statement, right? Here it is. Salakia. It says, "We cannot kick this can down the road," Tedros said in an address to the WHO member states. "If we do not make the changes that must be made, then who will? And if we do not make them now, then when?" Right? And so that's why the Lord told us to watch and pray, so we can watch these events. So when you blow the trumpet, it's a sound of alarm to warn the people to what's coming, right? And we know they got this whole Agenda 2030 going on with these different rules and regulations, 17 new laws of where you can go and can't go and what to do. So 2020 was for them to set up the stages with the stores. Salakia. I don't know who that was. Probably a bill collector or some shit, but remember when they were saying how, the what can spread on the paper money, so they was trying to do away with that. And look now. Look at everything that's coinciding, right? Happening at the same time, because it's all a strategic domino effect, right? So this is why stores are resulting to cleaner and safer environments, cashless payments, things like that. But nevertheless, let's get a scripture. This is all systematic, and the people that's not watching and that's not aware are gonna get caught like a thief in the night. There's Psalms 10:7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And they're saying that the next one is gonna happen and it's gonna be deadlier. How you know that? Because they the ones that's causing it. So it says cursing and deceit. They're speaking deceit. They're coming crouching, acting humble, saying this is coming. And really they're the ones that's causing it. To see the reaction of the people, and then when they get the reaction that they want, then they're gonna come in with the solution. You see? But in the midst of that, all hell's gonna break loose. This coming economy collapsing. Then you can't travel. Scripture said, "Man shall desire to go into a city, won't be able." You're gonna have like border checks and right. In the name of law and safety, as as these elites government speak on. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In a secret place doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. So they're lurking, right? They're scheming, so to speak. You know, they're telling you one thing, but their intentions is to do another. And I want to get this real swiftly, real quick, straight to the point. Yes, Ecclesiasticus, so known as Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit, which is a trap. See, a lot of majority of people fell for the trap. You know, that got that juice. You know, that got that venom juice in their bodies, and people were in fear, panic, and all that. You know, because that's what it is. Right? They're setting it up for people to fall for that. You know, when you lose everything in this society, your home or whatever, can't work, eat, right? That's what they were doing. Unless you take this, in the name of safety, so to speak, right? But in his heart, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit, meaning in their minds. So this is what they meditate on. This is what they this is what they plan, right? So it says, he will weep with his eyes, but if he found opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So they're not what happened the last time. That was just a trial, like I said. And this is, hey man, this is why we gotta watch and pray. Verse Psalms 10 and 9, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He layeth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. So this is how they're trying to draw people into their nets, into their traps, using fear tactics, using threats. Scripture say, resist the devil, he shall flee from thee. So, that a lot of us brothers knew about, even losing the jobs. Oh, you can't take this, you can't work if you don't get this venom or get this juice. But we, brothers resisted. Look, eventually it fled, but this time, things, we're heading to Jacob's troubles. We at the end, and then you hear about wars and rumors of wars, World War III. So everything is happening in the Lord's time, right? Because at the end of the day, he's orchestrating everything. So that's why we must keep that faith, and don't fall for the traps. That's why Paul said, we're not ignorant of what Satan's devices. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Right? Acting humble, he hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Arise, O Lord, O God, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. So, the Lord is going to come and break the arm of the wicked eventually. As it says in verse 15, break thou the arm of the wicked, and the evil man seek out his wickedness till thou find none. Right? So, the Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. So, I'm gonna, it's a short clip of the speaker speaking for the WHO, right, at the 75th Health for All, so I'll just play this real quick.
We cannot kick this can down the road if we do not make the changes that must be made. Then who will? And if we do not make them now, and when the next pandemic comes knocking, and it will, we must be ready to answer decisively, collectively, and equitably. And for enhanced international cooperation, the pandemic accord, a generational commitment that we will not go back to the old cycle of panic and neglect that left our world vulnerable, but move forward with a shared commitment to meet shared threats with a shared response. That's why we say the pandemic accord is a generational agreement. A commitment from this generation is important because it's this generation that experiences how awful a small virus could be.
Hey, so with that, I hope this is edifying. And straight to the point, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Until next time, I'm say Shalom.